Welcome to kcheebplays, Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. Let's get started. The container harbor plans were starting to take shape. The buildings needed were in the inventory list. It was now a matter of laying out the design, starting with the shoreline. That was going to be expensive. Anytime you were working with water, the cost skyrocketed. Keeping the amount of dirt to be moved to a minimum was a prime consideration. Clarence looked down at his watch and wondered where Uliov was. He was supposed to be there half an hour ago. Just as he was considering moving on to the work schedules for the remaining 2 assembly plants, his door swung open. In walked Uliov. He sat down, seemingly oblivious to his tardiness. Clarence said, "Glad you could make it, Uliov. I was just about to wrap up." Uliov looked at his watch and exclaimed, "Oh my, apologies. I got distracted. There's too much going on." "Too much going on?" Clarence asked. "We're wrapping up the assembly plants. The only thing left is to finish our plans for the harbor." "Well," Uliov began, "I'm spending a lot of time trying to come up with the perfect honeymoon. After everything I put Ludmila through, she deserves the best." Clarence said, unamused. "Just go to Perspective. You'd be treated like the king and queen." "No, that's not going to work," Uliov said emphatically. "Ludmila would just end up in the office working. I've got it narrowed down to 3 candidates on the Black Sea. Sochi is full of life. Everything you'd want to do can be found there. But it's very busy and not really a getaway kind of place. The second is Anapa. It's much more intimate than Sochi. There's a wonderful archaeological museum, as well as the natural settings of the Suko Valley and the wildlife preserve of Bolshoi Utrish. A truly beautiful place." Clarence said, "That sounds perfect. Why don't you book it?" "I came close till I found Galenzik, and truthfully, the decision is between it and Anapa. Galenzik has so many attractions. A safari park, water parks, and Olympus Park is on top of a mountain. There's an amphitheater and a Ferris wheel at the summit, and there's also a history museum that looks quite interesting." "Such a tough decision," Uliov moaned. It doesn't sound tough to me at all," Clarence said. "Listening to how excited you got describing it, I'd say Galenzik is the place to go." "Good point, Clarence," Uliov said. "I think that's it. Thank you. Now, where are we at with the container harbor?" "Hi, Cheap here. Welcome to episode 88. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch me have fun playing a game. Appreciate that. First thing that I want to check out, in the comments from the last video, I was pulling in Huliki and where I'm lost here, and complaining about this. Actually, it's more moaning. It's not complaining. Sorry, Huliki. The inability of the construction crews to finish this off, even with all the materials and everything. And Smooth Brain, hopefully I came reasonably close to answering that, suggested trying the local workforce. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop this up to 40 and see what happens. I hope people are going to start coming here to work. I'm not going to sit here and watch it all day long, but I've got that set, and I'm hoping we end up... sorry, I see a couple people walking this direction. Nope, they're doing other things. Hopefully we check a little bit later and we see some progress. That would be very nice. Need to deal with this situation. There's just no way this is going to keep up. Gonna have to try to figure out a way to wedge another a larger transfer station in here. So that'll be something that I'll probably have a peek at later on in the episode. Should have, there's people being delivered, and looks like there's some materials on their way here. Yep, got some steel and mechanical components, exactly what we're looking for. And this should just keep trucking, so to speak, with concrete Speaking of which, I did. I remembered. That's been my the bane of my existence, trying to remember the nobody's coming to work here. Trying to remember to assign the concrete CO when I need it. So I'm pretty pleased with myself that I actually remembered there. So anyway, oh, and here's a little. Yeah, they're so well. It's getting some materials, and I don't have. And here we are, a perfect example. We need concrete there, and I'm guessing we need concrete there as well. Yeah, what do you know? And this just needs people. We got the helis on it, so that's good. What's down here that, oh, this is all our, let's see if I get, the road-based guys working on that one. Okay, let's, this could end up being a little bit painful, but I'm going to give it a try. We've got, 2 months, almost 2 months to the day. January and February before we get out of our snow situation, but I'd like to flatten this area out a little bit. You can see there's quite a bit here, but if I do this properly, I should probably measure out the harbors that I'm going to be using. And it's going to be 3 of these. So I don't know that I need a huge width, but I don't want to cram everything in either. So, so if I go 1, 2, 3, and then a little bit of extra space, yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to take a big chunk out of that hill there, though. Can deal with that. Yeah, I guess the other option would be to go this way, but that's a lot of, well, I suppose filling this in could be another option as well. There's not much here for terrain to mess with. If I continue this across, how much space do we have? Don't want this to stick out too far into the passageway. I would angle them a little bit this way as well, wouldn't it? It's an option. I'd prefer that they were straight across. I don't think 3 of them are going to quite fit there. And I need to be a little bit lower too. Okay. Make a decision. If I bring this straight across and then push this back a little bit, I think that's probably the way to go. Okay. Now, time to get me one of them are free construction offices. Construction, yes. I'm going to put this just a little bit out of the way. Give me a couple of Stalineks. And, yep, a couple of excavators. Okay, let's see how much dirt we have to move. Want to select the height, and I think somewhere in there is going to be a reasonable height. I just want to smooth this out a little. And then give this a little test fit to see how how that's going to work. Could work out okay. Now I have to remember what it was. Words. Embankment. That one right there. In fact, how that's going to look. Yeah, as long as I can get myself a reasonably straight shoreline, this should go in pretty well. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, now we get to the fun and games. Let's bring the shoreline out. See if I can do this larger, if that's gonna help anything. Nope. Okay, it's not going too bad. Give myself a little bit of space there. That'll probably be pushed back as well. Don't want to push it too far though. And hoping I don't run into any real issues with rock. That's where landscaping in this game really takes a drop in speed. Oh. I was hoping it might go a little quicker than this, because there's nothing like watching a cursor go back and forth on the screen. Don't worry, I'll take a break here in a little bit. Oh, and I did remember to bring my, or to start my timer. I think that's 3 episodes in a row now. Miracles never end. Okay. Getting close-ish here to where I want it to be. Looks like we're running into some rock here. Going that much slower. Wonder if I put a second construction office down, if that's going to speed things up. It should. Not going to hurt to find out, right? I don't know if you've ever used these. They're crazy. And I should probably... not dumpers. Where am I going? Excavators. I should probably just unsubscribe, because I stopped using them. They just do way too funky things from the territory that they that they redefine. If you need to push stuff back, you suddenly lose half of what you've built up, and all of those kind of things. So they just no cooperation. Well, I shouldn't say no cooperation. I mean, if you need to get rid of a mountain, it's gone in a heartbeat. But by the same token, if you need to do any further work with it, does some very, very funny things when you start using the non-nuclear versions. So I've basically stopped using them. Plus, I've pretty much stopped doing a lot of terraforming. Anything on this scale, I used to be one of those addicts where all my farm fields had to be absolutely flat. I would clear out an area that was over 1 kilometer square and throw my farm down. Not really necessary, and looked very, very artificial, if you will. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with it looking artificial per se, but you find the right places to put the fields and you really don't have to mess with it too much, and it makes it look much more interesting in my mind, but whatever works for you. Just the way I've evolved and come to the way that I play it now. I guess some of it probably had to do with the fact that all of that stuff was new, and I had this insane desire to have everything flat because it had to be perfect. And I can't remember who said it. I'm just trying to think of that don't let perfect be the enemy of good enough. And I may be misquoting. Oh, it's going to bug me now. Who said that? Oh, it'll come back to me at some point. Probably 2 in the morning. I'll wake up and go, that's who it was. Or I'll completely forget that I was obsessing about it, and maybe somebody in the comments will tell me. Let me try something, because this is going way too slow. See if I just raise this up, if that's any faster. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I've always wondered that. Is it actually faster, or is it just that I can see stuff moving a little bit more with that? We can quite easily go back and smooth that out. Maybe I should have just gone with the terrain that was there. Most harbors, though, there's a fair amount of dirt that's moved around, so I don't feel too bad for doing this, but in terms of making an area that I can work with. And it's an area that you would expect to be somewhat manufactured, if that's the right phrase. Well, it seems to be working a little bit faster. I feel like I'm doing more. And I suppose if that's the way it works, then that's what you go with, right? All right. The next question is going to be, how angled do we want this? I would prefer it be straight across. But I guess that's just a matter of perspective too. What exactly is straight across? When I first started this, I was thinking it was going to take way too long, and it's really only taken about 5 or 6 minutes to get this far with it. You know, start off another video with some compelling footage. Action-packed. Landscaping by Cheeb. Okay. Just going to get this roughed in here. Just pull this last little section out, and then we'll go check. We did get a message. A couple of messages. Trains. And guess who that is that's waiting? This would be the bauxite. Which I'm definitely going to have to deal with this episode. I mean, we're not in a hard position because we're not really using the aluminum for anything right now. So it's definitely not the end of the world, but you want to if you're going to do the supply thing, you may as well do the supply thing, right? Oops. I got a little carried away there. And again. Almost there. I keep pulling that mountain hill up. Well, I think the excavators win when it comes to trying to get more land dealt with there. Okay, let's go check on a few things. First being Perspective E. Did I get lost again? Yes. Have we made any progress? Is there anyone working on this? Oh, we've got a mechanism now. That wasn't there before. And we've got buses coming, but my guess is they're not going to be here in time because of the winter roads. Well, thank you, Smooth. That's, we just need people now, but that's, we have a mechanism. It's a miracle. Absolute miracle. Because that, like I said, that was three or four good episodes. Oh, and we are, 1130. Looked like it was done there for a second until I saw the helicopters hovering. Okay. And footpaths are getting dealt with. Nice. Should probably set a footpath up on the other side. We got our concrete. And our buses are there. Sweet. Get our footpaths set up for this side. Got them. I don't know if I connected that up from that side. Oh, I'm going to have to zoom in a little bit because that's going to be hard to see. If we just connect this up here. Oh, yeah, you're going to do that, are you? Well, that's weird. Interesting. What if I did something like that? And then something like this. That should get us all the workers we need. Okay. I can commit to that. And get them. Well, that one's got to wait. Cool. Our tower's done. Did we get? Yeah, we did get the materials. For these, good. Okay. Now, that's dealt with. Excellent. We'll get a start on our fire station, yeah. And we need concrete as well. Okay. I've come up with a little bit of a different plan for these, for this area here. I was thinking might be nice. I saw Uliki's Mod Monday, and there was a set of buildings that kind of piqued my interest. They're not super massive, a little bit more modern. So I was thinking I might end up building them along here. As, you know, I'm guessing that we're going to need a few more citizens working here, so just adding a little bit more population down this way should do it. And I'll probably start from here and work over, because I think this is going to be too far away from most of the other amenities that they would be interested in seeing, like culture and probably sports, but we shall see. Where do I want to go? I want to go up here and see about getting a 2-track station put in here. Now, yeah, that's the out, so that's not going to work. I was just thinking if I could get rid of this one, I might be able to. Yeah, not so much. We may end up yeah, how do we fit this in? Aggregate loading. Yeah, this is where I wanted to go. I mean, this is a single track, not good enough. Double track, and it's got to sit right there. There's no other way unless I do some more terraforming, which would just be awesome. I know, sarcasm. Could do that. I just need to give myself a little bit of space there. Then we can have them both working. Okay, well, I think we'll call this terraforming. This episode, I mean. Gonna have to come out of fair ways, dude. May even have to cut that hill back a little bit. Myself a little bit of room there. Okay, let's see how this is going to work. Oops, this one right here. Train aggregate loading. Oh, and that'll connect up. Right there, won't it? How hard is it going to be to get a reasonable connection in here? Let's see, how long is this? It's a little bit longer than the train, so I got to be aware that I need the ability to cross that over. Okay. Oh, and I need I need the conveyor connection as well. The road can come in after. This will be built by the helicopters, and that's. I'm going to hold off on the helicopters for now. See what I can do with this to make it not look. Yeah. Wonder if I can connect this one. Oh, it will. Imagine my surprise. Ooh, that does not look good. Oh, there it goes. That's about as far as it's going to want to go and stay parallel. Oh. That could work. Although our train has done something funky there. I wonder if they'll be able to find it. The builders, I mean. Let's turn that stuff off. Get our rail construction guys back, because it's just been too long without any construction or rail construction. Got all the materials we need. Can't get to that one. Okay, well, we can figure that out. Heating problems, my apologies. Probably end up getting them building the crossover back here. Because that's, yeah, there'll probably be the back of the train out about here somewhere. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Right. Let's get back to container land. Here we are. Okay, that's almost straight-ish. When I can just considering this across, so let's see about the old level situation now. Actually, I should do it from the height that I wanted. Because I'm not sure if this was actually to the height that I wanted. Yeah, this is too far away. Can't really see what I'm doing. The grid actually works with where we're laying this out. You can use that as a guide if and when it cooperates. Just trying to keep the point of my cursor at that one line where you can see the middle of it, and then the rest of it should all be ish. when it pulls out. So as long as I keep that cursor along that line, the leading edge of the land should be fairly straight as well. I'm actually quite surprised that it's working that well. The grid, I mean. Whoops. Push that back a little bit. Get this in here till it joins up with the main part. Try that same trick again. I believe it was this line I was using, right? Is it that line? Nope. Not cooperating from this side. Or further down, anyway. Okay. Get you all pushed back. I don't want to fuss it too much. But I will to a certain degree. Okay. The rest of this should go reasonably smooth because there's not a lot of huge terrain challenges in this area to deal with. Yeah. Okay. Now, I think that's enough space. That's going to work out pretty well, I think. Yeah, as long as I don't mess up my road connections. Get those, yeah, should work pretty well. Gonna push this one back a little bit. Work. Okay, let's try that. Just saw that. Yeah. Should work. That'll work now. Okay, good. Okay, now the tricky part. This is one that I've not used a lot of, and could be a fair amount of trial and error in this. Let's see about going from this direction. This is going to be hard. Oops, sorry, I got quiet. I said this is going to be hard. Okay. Now let's see. What? Oops. That should be okay. I think I have to pull it out a little bit further, but could be all right. Sorry, I need to zoom in a little bit more again. Just so I can see this. Don't mess with me. These things, I have used things like these before, or similar to them, and they're things that kind of, I'm going to put another one, I'll put the last one there as well. They're easier to line up when they're built. In other words, you build the first one and then place the second one, then build the second one, place the third one, kind of thing. That's the way that I've found works the easiest for me. Okay, let's, from this width, what am I looking at? Okay, we'll sit there. I want these equally spaced. What am I trying to do? They don't need to be on top of each other. I was thinking about getting the measuring tool out, but I have this urge to go check out and see how perspective is doing. And it's done. Miracle of miracles. Thank you for the suggestion again, Smooth. That was awesome. I appreciate that. And we should have happy, non-freezing people. Temperature in the building's good. Yep, we're all good here now. It looks like we have our whole airport finished up. Cool. Fire extinguished, thank you very much. Let's go check on our other construction project. Good to go. Now, how are we doing here? Well, we've got some more materials on the way, or delivered, and more on the way, so that's good. Yep. There was one more hiding here somewhere, too. There it is. I knew it was somewhere. I got all the materials they need, just need a few bodies. Oh, and this is, they've got all the materials there now. Awesome. Just need some people. Let's see if we can speed this along. 7, that's the 2 helis without the people. So away you go. Now, do we have a train coming here? Oh, he's sitting there waiting. Oh, this is weird. I've got both the trains sitting there waiting. What if I tell you to ignore the signal? That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work out very well. And you're loaded. So So away you go. Oh, you think there's a train there still? Oh, I really messed them up. Okay, let me just quickly pause this and see about throwing some more signal. Oh, it's just an orange junction. I don't know why it would have any problems. There isn't a train in there. Unless this one... What if I tell you to go back to here? I can't. Because we don't have a crossover there. Can I get you to turn around? Oh, I have to unpause for it to do anything, right? Where are you going? It's not even moving. Seen weird things like this before. Most of the time it's where the cargo wagons get disconnected. Yeah, see, there's an interesting situation. Let's see, will you listen to the ignore signal situation? No. Okay. Guess what I'm doing is selling me a vehicle. There you go. Okay. It is what it is. And I think I need to assign this again. And you can't get there, obviously. Okay. Containers. I want to get this. I want to get the ports put down. So, what's my width on this? How many did I put? Oh, I don't even know now. So we'll get the measuring tool out and get an ish on this. So that's got to be 800 because there was 8 of them. So 400 is the midpoint. Right about there. So that's the midpoint. Just put down a... actually got the grid. Can work with that. I can't even see it. How am I going to work with that? Restore soil, right? Okay, so the only bit of snow left is... Okay, I'm just going to pause this so it doesn't come back. Okay, let's clear that. So from that midpoint... Well, that's the midpoint, so why don't I put... Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place because I'm trying to come up with a way to get the center part, the center of this. Here, let me make that a little bit smaller. The center of this on the center point, and then I should be able to get it figured out. spring. Yeah, that can sit right there. I think that's probably gonna look okay right there. So where are we at with this? That's that first line, right? That's where the edge of it's gonna be. Oh, is that lined up? Looks like it is to me. Now I just need to find the center. Little inadvertent flick of the wrist there. So I want that there, that depth, and that looks pretty close to being center. Try that. Now, the next question is going to be, just because I just noticed that, can I get a road out? Oh yeah, no problem. No problem. Okay. Now, if I get this one, it was this line here, and do I move it all the way to the end? That would make things a little simpler from a perspective of spacing. Let me flip this around, because then I don't have to do any more. Yeah, it's this line right here and there. Okay. I don't think that worked out. Did it? Oh, yeah. No, it didn't. I moved it in too far. Try that again. There we go. Yep, those are lined up. Okay, so I just need to create a little bit more space. I can let this run again. Do a little bit more I can turn that off and have a look at our terrain. That's definitely the biggest, well, no, I shouldn't say that. I think we have the other side is still a thing that I need to deal with. I just want to push this back a little bit further. Yeah, this will be, well, if we went with what we were talking about before, were the excavators, maybe they'll go faster. Take a fair chunk of this hill out. Because we need the working space from back this direction. Not sure how far back I'm going to take that, but we'll get this this first part dealt with. Let's see, I got 7 minutes left. Come on. This can just be painful. beautiful. I don't even want to tell you. I used with the farms. I think with just the vanilla excavators and bulldozers, I spent well, it's a silly amount of time filling a lake in and bringing half a mountain down. I think I was pretty close to 3 hours, which is ridiculous. There's something that's that I find, I don't know, I wouldn't say soothing necessarily, but I just find it oddly satisfying, if you will. Okay. All right. Well, we got the start. We have the port area. Gonna have to cut this back a little bit. I think we need basically a good storage area in front of each of those. We need to get fuel in one of them. Actually, that's the other thing. Because, yeah, no, that's fine. I was thinking liquids, but we're going to be packaging the liquids, so that'll be fine. Storage area for the containers in behind each one of them, and then the packagers for each of the products back that way. And then straight back somewhere in this area, maybe over here might be a little more interesting. It's where our city will be, and then depending on how much more food we need or crops we need. There we go, that's fine. There may be a farm over there too, yet to be determined. We shall see. Okay, so this first one is going to get dealt with. Now, let me quickly pause this. Oh, yeah, and then I have to use my cheat mode because I didn't think this through very well, did I? Haven't done this for a while though, so take that as a victory. Okay, let's get our signals sorted out. Oh, I wanted a chain in. I'll get used to it at some point. Block out, and that's 2-directional. I can just remove that one for the time being. There's no compelling reason for it there. That's 2 directions. You should be fine now. And I can assign, I can get rid of that one and assign that piece. Oh, come on, you can do it. Yeah, there you go. Yep, good to go. Leaving that one in. How are we doing here? Bricks again. The bricks. Prefabs. Who's on their way? Bring me bricks, please. Boards, of course. There's some bricks, and there's a few more there. Okay. They will arrive. And, whoa, they're all ready. We're ready to go, so. Interesting. Don't quite have the helicopter area done, but, well, I shouldn't say helicopter, the plane. Looks like the rest of that's dealt with. Yeah, they're doing the whole ball of wax there. Okay, cool. Do we have any crops left here? I hope not. Good, thank you. Everyone running back and forth. Almost ready to start firing this up. Next episode, we should see smoke coming out of those smokestacks. And 2 more weeks, and we're out of winter. So, anyway, I think I'll call it an episode there. Thank you very much for hanging with me today. I appreciate your company, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.